DV 2026 is here. Do you need a passport to apply? Do you need high school education to be able to apply? Which countries are eligible? You will find all that information in this video. So stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. We are the KARANJA'S. If you are new here, karibu sana. If you have been here, welcome back and thank you very much. So to begin with, as we all know, this year have gone so fast and we are just about to begin in a new era of DV application, DV 2026. And in this video, we're gonna go through all the requirements for the DV 2026 and we're gonna check if anything have changed. Also, we're gonna be answering some few questions we have received on our comments. So as we all know, every year in October we do the applications of the DV, and this year is no different. The applications will be done same time in October, that month of October towards the beginning of November. And the requirements haven't changed either. So the first requirement, as we all know, you have to come from a country that is eligible, a country that qualifies for the DV program. And that have not changed. The only thing have changed on that is that this year, people born in the United Kingdom, including their dependents, are now eligible in the year 2026 DV lottery. So that is the only thing that have been added on the country of eligibility. If you are not born in a qualifying country, there are two ways you can also be able to qualify. The first way is if your spouse was born in a qualifying country, you can be able to use their country as a country of eligibility. Or if you are a minor, you can be able to use your parents' country as the country of eligibility if you are born in a country that is not eligible. The other thing is the education and experience. That one haven't changed either. They require somebody who have completed high school equivalent to the US. So for you to qualify, you have to have a high school education or its equivalent, and you have to have completed your high school level. Are we together? So this is 12 years of schooling, equivalent to the US high school equivalency. So you have to prove that too. Don't forget that you have to show a certificate of completing your high school when it is time to go for the interview. And don't confuse. So when you are applying, you don't need to prove with a certificate. But when you are going for an interview, if you become lucky, you have to prove with a certificate. And that's when things become tricky. The other thing that have not changed, and this one was something I was worried about, is something to do with the passport. So we have received questions about, do I need a passport to apply for the DV 2026? And at the moment, I can be able to answer that question by saying you don't need a passport to apply, but you need a passport to process your DV in case you are selected as a winner. So When applying, you don't need a passport. But when you win, you will have to provide a passport to be able to continue with this process. And that's why I've always said, make sure you have your documents. The good thing about this year application is that a passport will not limit you from applying. As we have seen in some previous years, the previous administration put in the passport so that they can be able to block so many people from applying. So we are lucky this year. This is not going to limit you from applying. You are 18 years. You will be able to apply with or without a passport. If you have another higher level of education, should you include your high school or should you include your other level of education like a degree, a college diploma? And my thing is, just say what is true. Just put what you have achieved the time you are applying, whether it is a degree, whether you have not completed the degree but you are in the process, put that. Don't confuse yourself by putting information that you cannot be able to prove later. But the minimum requirement is the high school level of education. And in some countries, completing high school does not guarantee you a qualification. I'll give an example of Kenya. So if you are in Kenya and you have completed high school, you have to have attained a D+, if I'm not wrong, to be able to apply and qualify for the DV. So you can apply, but when it comes to time to process your DV, they will require a proof that you attained a certain grade. If you don't have a high school diploma, you can still qualify through work experience. And this is what they say about work experience. They say if you are qualifying with work experience, you must have 2 years of experience in the last 5 years in an occupation which by U.S. Department of Labor definitions require at least 2 years of training or experience that is designated as a job zone 4 or 5, classified in specific vocational preparation SVP rating of 7 or higher. So, as I have said, work experience is very tricky. We have done a video that goes and explains everything you need to know about work experience as one of the qualifications for the DV program. You can go back there and be able to check on that video for a full information about work experience. The other thing, don't forget you have to be 18 years and over. So anybody who is 18 years and below will not be able to apply for the DV. 2 things that will make you get disqualified before the last stage of selection. One of them is the photo. So if your photo doesn't meet the requirement of the 2x2 of the quality of the photo, there are those requirements that a photo have to meet for you to be able to qualify. And we have done a full video about the photo. We have done another video to show you how to edit your photo. We have also volunteered to edit your photos when you send them to our email. Yeah, we haven't started yet, but beginning next week, we should be able to do that. We have been kind of busy and it's life. But next week, we are going to find some time to do that. The other thing that disqualifies you before getting to the last step of selection is double entry. Double entry means you have entered 2 entries in one fiscal year. This is when you are trying to pray multiple times. That one will disqualify you. There is only one way you can be able to pray twice, and this is when you are married. When you are married, your spouse can pray as the main applicant, and then you can pray as the main applicant and include your spouse. That is the only way you can have a double entry. And I think that's most of the requirements that we'll see moving forward in the next few years. If something changes, they will make sure they highlight it so that we don't get confused. I had some few questions here. I have answered some. So Haron asked, what if you apply for DV without a passport? I think I have answered that question. You don't need a passport to apply. You need a passport to process your DV. And then we have Lilian Degoa. Can someone use a photo that has edited background? For example, if you take a photo that has no white background, then you edit it. This question asks, can you be able to use a photo that the background was edited? So the background was not white, but it was edited to meet the requirements. Yes, you can do that. So as long as the photo quality meets the standard and the requirement of the DV, you can be able to edit the background to make it white if it was not white. So I hope I answered that question. Another person, Esther Njoroge, asked, kindly, does the amount also vary depending with dollars? So this question is about how much you need to process the DV. If the dollar fluctuates or the dollar increases in value, they have a standard amount that they set. So right now it is $330. So that amount remains $330 depending on your currency. It can change, but the current amount is $330. Esther Njoroge have another question about the amount of money you need. So in our previous video, we estimated about $2,000, and she's asking that is the $2,000 inclusive of the interview, the medical, and the visa. Yes, the $2,000 is for one applicant, and it includes your ticket depending on when you are moving, because of the prices may increase or decrease depending on the time and the season. It includes your medical and your interview. I hope I answered that question. I have Chege who asked, what are the best jobs to do in the Midwest? In the Midwest, there are so many jobs, but I'll be so frank to you. In America, the best jobs you can do anywhere in America is healthcare. Healthcare jobs are the most secure jobs in America. You don't have to do them, but if you are looking for the best bet, healthcare is the best bet. Although there are so many other jobs everywhere they are hiring. The other question is from Abu Bakar. My question is, when you fill the form, are you going to write in capital letters or small letters. Yes, Abubakar, it doesn't matter. If you choose to write in capital letters, I would write the whole form in capital letters when applying. If you choose to write in small letters, do the same. Just don't mix letters. You want it to be presentable, although it will not affect you, but you want your application to be presentable. So this applies to when you're applying, it applies to when you are submitting your DS 260. And I hope I have answered most of the question. And now moving forward, we are going to be editing your photos. Remember, we cannot edit the quality of the photo. We can edit the size requirement. We cannot edit your face. So the photo requirement need the whole face. Both ears have to be seen on that photo. And we cannot be able to edit that. We can be able to edit the background of your photo. So we insist you make sure you are sending us a very, very clear photo that meets the requirement. The only thing we have to do for you is to check whether it meets the requirement and edit the details that we can be able to edit. I hope we are together on the photo editing that we are going to be doing. And as for the email, if you have been here, we have given our email to so many people on the videos, on the comments. So I am very sure that is a small homework I'm gonna give you. Find our email and you can submit your photos through the email and we'll send them back when we edit them. And that's all for today. As you guys can see, it's sunny here. It's nice out here. Yeah, we are enjoying the last moment of summer before fall comes in and then before we go back to the winter season. So I'll be leaving here in few minutes so that I can enjoy my weekend. So until next time, see you guys. We love you and we wish you guys all the best in this journey. Thank you. See ya.